and today we're going to have a CSS tutorial, how to create CSS pages and link them into HTML documents. We're going to create an external CSS sheet and link it into a new HTML document that we're going to start in Dreamweaver. So we're going to open up File first and pull down New, and we're going to create our CSS sheet. So click on CSS and click Create. Here is our new CSS document. We're going to go up to File and pull down Save. And we're going to save this as style1.css in our folder that's already labeled CSS-Tutorial. You'll want to preferably keep all your CSS documents and your HTML documents in the same folder or somewhere around the same folder in your site. Dreamweaver doesn't like it when you get too far away from the folders. Okay, so we're going to click on New, and we're going to create our HTML document that we are going to link to the CSS document. So it comes up as untitled. We're going to save this as index. Now you can save it as whatever you want as far as naming. That's entirely up to you. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you stick to whatever naming scheme you have with your website. Now let's give a couple of characteristics here in our CSS sheet. So we're going to pull down Format, and then CSS Styles, and then New. And when we have our dialog box comes up, we're going to click on Tag. And tags come up in the middle here. We're going to start with an H1. And you'll want to keep this last one on this document only. You do not want to create a new style sheet. You're already working in the style sheet. Click OK. We have another dialog box that gives you options for your rules for H1. And we're just going to change a couple things here. Now, if you're going to try this out, you can select whatever variables you would like. That makes no difference. It's just a matter of pick a couple things and see how that works. Alright, so I have a couple of changes here. I'm going to click OK. Notice it puts the code into the CSS document automatically, as well as over here on the CSS Styles menu on the side. It also lists everything over here that you can do without having to go back through the dialog box if you so choose. Alright, so we have H1. We're going to go back into Format, CSS Styles, New, and we're going to create another tag. This one is going to be an H2, and click OK. We have our dialog box, and H2 is going to be a different text, and a different font size, and a different color. Let's make this a nice light yellow. And now in this case, I'm also going to give it a background, and we'll have a dark background so the light text will stand out. And how about a little border around it too? Let's give it a border of 2 pixels. Okay? And I think that looks good. Maybe we'll make it a double border and see how that works. Okay, we're going to click Alright. Everything is taken care of in there. The code is all put in. And H2 comes up in our styles over here in our rule sheet. And so that's good. Go up to Format. We're going to try one more. Going to hit New. Class changes to Tag. And we're going to add the tag EM for emphatic. Okay? Now, what are we going to do for emphatic? Well, let's change this. The most we can do manually here is 36. Let's change this to, we really want to be emphatic about it. We're going to make it 70 pixels. So you just type it in with your number keypad. Now, I hit the return key too fast and my box went away, but if you double click on EM, it'll pop it back up for you. Alright, so we're going to add change it to a different color, and let's give it an underline and a line through as our text decoration to make it really stand out. Okay, so we have a couple different things in there. We're going to click OK. All our code is created. Go up to File and pull down Save. Now, if you're doing a long sheet with many different aspects in it, you're probably going to want to save it after each one, just in case something should happen, that your computer crashes, your program quits on you for some reason, you hit the wrong button. This way, at least you have the majority of what you did already saved, so you don't have to redo it again. Now we're going to go into my index. First thing you have to do is link it to the style sheet, otherwise your code won't change. For example, let's put a couple lines of code in here, a couple lines of text. Welcome to my web page. Thanks for visiting. Watch your step. Okay, so I have a couple basic lines in here, and I'm going to highlight the first one and give it an H1 format. Now if you notice, it changed to your basic regular H1 format because it is not linked to the style sheet, so it doesn't know that this code exists, telling it to change itself. In order to do that, we have to go up to Format and pull down CSS Styles, and this time we're going to click Attach Style Sheet. Clicking Attach Style Sheet, your file should come up. If it doesn't, click on Browse, find it in the folder that you saved it in, and click Choose. You want to add it as a link. Do not import it. Click OK. As soon as it recognizes the code, it changes what the H1 stands for. Likewise, I'm going to highlight the second line and go through heading 2. Notice now I have not only change in font, but I have my change in color, and you can also notice a little border going around the outside of my box. Okay? And now for my third one here, my third one is emphatic. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to go into my split view, and here's where my text is. I'm going to add an EM tag, go to the end, and when I hit my open tag and a slash, Dreamweaver puts the rest of the closing tag in there. As soon as I click down here, it automatically gets changed. So that's pretty emphatic there. Watch your step. And there you go. Very basically and simply, that is how you create a CSS document and create an HTML document to link to it. The beauty of having an external CSS style sheet is that you can have multiple HTML documents all linking to the same styles. So if you want to change the style or layout of your web page, all you have to do is change a couple lines of code in your CSS file, and that will change every single page in your HTML documents that link to that file, rather than going through internal style sheets and then you have to change the code in every single one of those pages that you want to change. It will make your life much easier and simpler if you have a need to use it. If you're working with a large site that has 30, 40, whatever, even 20, if you have a large number of HTML documents, it's much easier to link one page and change one page to change all 20 documents rather than to go through each one individually and even copy and paste and change what needs to be done. If you're just working with a small website and you only have 2 or 3 pages, then perhaps it's not necessarily so valuable. But it still does save some time just changing one page and then having multiple pages taken care of from there. And there you go. Make sure that you go up to File and pull down Save. Save All will save all the pages that you have open at once. That's a nice feature. It does get a little confusing if you have pages that you're doing a save all for the first time and then trying to rename each page. It works out much better if you had renamed your pages and saved them individually already. And then as you're going through working on them, go up to File, pull down Save All, and everything gets saved at once. And there you go. So I hope this has been informative, and thank you for watching.